today.
I gotta do the
Oh,
podcast, so I can't have you come
What's
back
going
well,
on, everybody?
if you want to go
Happy
back
New
on.
Year! It's 2022.
Hey, don't play with me,
2021 is
okay?
over,
Let's see, just keep it.
which it sucks because I celebrated the New Year stuck in my studio because I got COVID.
oh damn. Oh damn. It's
Beautiful New Year.
okay. I got COVID too, tested positive on Christmas Eve. Absolutely banging. Brilliant. 10 out of 10 start to the year.
We still can't leave 2021 behind.
Nope.
Oh, that's just
Actually,
fire.
no, this is still 2020.
we can't we can't get rid of it. That's why we didn't have no intro because I'm just not prepared. My body is like brain is like, hey,
That
dumbass.
is that is not a problem. I was guessing if anybody's particularly hungover this morning, we'll have a relatively relaxed, laid back start to the show.
Did anybody else actually go to bed on time, or did everybody stay up? Because I
Um,
honestly, I think I went to bed at like 10. I was like,
oh
I'm
my
just tired.
gosh.
I went to bed at like 2 o'clock in the
Garrison.
morning, and then I woke up at like 4:30.
I'm an old man, dude.
Yeah, I think I clocked out at about 2:30. I actually managed to drink some alcohol, which was nice. I actually managed to drink some champagne. Proud of myself.
And we started the show off with CJ being gone again. We can just see
Yep.
his chair. Oh, I'm delirious, y'all. I'm all hopped up on NyQuil and Dayquil and shit.
Oh
So you know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
It's gonna be fun today. But
So,
today we're gonna be talking about some just the best and worst of Star Wars of 2021. We're gonna go over the things that we liked, the things that we disliked, and we'll just go from there. We'll just kind of wing it today. We don't really have nothing specially planned out. Other than this is our 30th episode, and CJ is going to be asking the questions today. He's going to do the impossible quiz. So today is CJ's impossible quiz. What's going
Yes,
on,
it
Roll Farm
is.
Boy?
Oh, Charlie, once again, you are in a handful. I
as
have.
is tradition, every 10 episodes, I'm the one in the hot seat, and CJ is going to absolutely destroy me, and I'm not prepared. I have done no research.
I just had to make sure I worded it like you. They're simple answers. You just got to make sure you listen to them.
Oh no.
That's all that matters.
Oh no. They've been
This-
learning.
Hey, you got to study from the master. You got to learn somehow.
Stop. Oh my god, stop. It's
Yeah,
too,
a little bit
it's,
more
stop.
stroking the ego, but
It's stop. It's too early in the year for you to be this nice to me. Stop.
Yeah, you got to start off mean and then gradually get better. I'm just kidding.
oh no, the first question it's very very difficult. So I'll be surprised if anybody in the chat gets it. I'll be proud if anybody in the chat gets it.
Hey Nick,
It's gonna
how's
be
it
real
going?
bad.
Can I?
No, you got to answer the questions first.
CJ's gonna be like so shocked if someone actually gets this question right and like it
Not
was super
really.
easy.
If
He's
you're
gonna be
if
so
you
disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And young Garrison ain't gonna be here today because after we go in for about an hour, he has to leave because he's gonna go to the Notre Dame game.
Football,
go
Sports?
dogs,
Sports.
go dogs.
sports.
So he's only gonna be here for part time. He's part time in it today.
Hey, that's an hour. That's pretty
That's
decent.
fair.
He's
The
gonna
fact
miss
that
my
the
quiz
fact
though. That's the
the
worst
fact that you
part.
got up like a little bit extra early just to do this with us. Brownie points for you.
Dude, I can't sleep in either. I literally am an old man. I think I go to bed at I go to bed at a pretty reasonable time, and then I'm always waking up. Like I don't remember the last time I slept in past 8.
I understand that.
Pretty
We
rare.
put the kids down at 8. We're probably down by 9 officially, and then we're up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
I usually wake up at like 3 most days.
Is Garrison the granddad friend? Is this
Is
what
he
we're
that guy?
discovering?
Yeah,
He's the
dude,
guy
and
doing he's
that's
doing
why
the
I'm
5 miles in the morning with his dog. And,
that's why I'm always pessimistic about everything. I'm just a
Oh,
grumpy old man.
he's the grandpa from Up. That's what he
Hey,
is.
it's all right because you just wait till you get a little bit older like me. Then you go to bed at like 11, 12, and you wake up at 3 and you can't sleep. And you're like,
You
why
just
can't I
don't
ever
even
go to
need sleep anymore.
It's like you sleep all
What's
you needed
sleep?
when you was young.
The old man mantra: sleep is for the weak.
My brain don't shut off. I'm constantly thinking of new stuff. I'm constantly doing stuff. I'm constantly coming up with new ideas. My brain just don't shut off, and then it's always something to do. So I'm like, frick, I got to get up and do this. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. Let me do this 10 things before I go to work, and then I go to work, and then I get off work, and then I come home, and then I just be working until most of the time I pass out in my studio. Like me and my wife probably sleep together maybe twice a week because most of the time I go to sleep in my studio. You don't know how many hours this chair has put in
Poor
of
wife.
sleep work.
Yeah, poor wife.
Why? Just because I got to get stuff done. There's stuff that needs to be done. You don't you don't be successful if you waste time. Time is the most precious commodity that you have.
And the biggest thing is you don't know how much you have, so you got to make the most of it.
That's true.
Well, how does the saying go? It's the one thing that you can't buy
Replace.
you can't buy it anymore. You can't trade in for anymore. You can't. You get it, once it's spent, it's gone. I don't remember how the saying goes. I know I said it one time on the Sway podcast, but yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but that's all you have is time. So, do you waste your time doing other things, or do you waste your time on getting things handled to get you where you want to be?
Look at us. First episode of 2021, getting all reflective and thoughtful.
And giving great advice.
Great advice.
That's my New Year's
However,
resolution is to spend more time. My New Year's resolution
In the
is
chair?
spend more time with Star Wars. I want to spend way more time with Star Wars. That's like my New Year's resolution. I don't have any other New Year's resolutions other than I want to spend more. I need to take more time to like actually watch the movies and watch all the. I want to watch all the movies over again at least like 4 times this year. Usually I watch them like twice. I want to do it 4 times this year. I want to start over with all the books and listen to every single one of the books that I have. And that's about it.
I think I plan
Speaking-
on doing that with 1, 2, Clone Wars, 3, everything. I want to do it in that kind of order just so I can get freshed up again because I haven't done that in a long time.
speaking of New Year's resolutions, I did not do a Hothbreaker this week. I'm going to do one. Excuse me. This week's Hothbreaker, I'm going to give you a Star Wars character, and I want to hear what their New Year's resolutions would be.
Oh,
Super
yes.
simple.
Hmm.
Super simple.
I like it.
CJ, I'm going to kick you off with our king, our hero, Boba Fett. What are his New Year's resolutions?
Do a better show.
Get off the damn hold on. It's mine. And I'm on Kyle's side on this one. Get off the damn chair and start ruling with fear. You better be pissed off when I see you next. That
Yeah, I
better
might
be
do
your
that.
new
The exact opposite. Most people are like, control your anger, be more patient. No, get pissed
your mind
off.
out of the
Be a
CJ's
Jedi.
like,
dick.
no, I want to see that man pop off. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I don't want the mind of a Jedi. I want the man that I know as the devil's bounty hunter. Get your ass off the throne, get moving. You better start ruling Tatooine the way you're supposed to. Those Hutts did it and they were lazy as hell. They never left. You're
That's why they were so
mobile.
fat. That's why they got so fat.
They had a literally a hovering transport that would push them through the city when they had events. Boba, you're walking. You better strike some more fear than that. Come
Hey,
on.
I was thinking about that too. After
Hey,
Wednesday
this
too.
is off topic. This is off topic, you beasts. Stop it. Garrison, your character, C3PO, what would his New Year's resolutions be?
Not to talk too much.
I got it.
Get
Learn
better.
Sith.
Learn Sith.
Allow
You get to do
yourself to
anything
learn
less.
Sith.
Yeah, flipping
It's not
heck.
that he didn't know how to do Sith. It's that he wouldn't allow himself to.
Learn Sith without having a mental breakdown.
a full-blown anxiety attack. Just saying.
Hey, how's it going, Shang Chong?
This is the stupidest
up?
thing.
Welcome to the show.
Get Duolingo for like Sith or something. Like
Yeah,
just-
you would go Sith.
the Rosetta Stone, I'm sure has something about
Oh
that.
yeah, they probably do.
Oh, yeah, that's special.
Special.
Okay.
Oh,
What do you
guys,
got for
help
me?
me think. Who do you think for Kyle?
Plagueis.
Plagueis. There we go.
Darth Plagueis?
Yeah.
Get less sleep.
Enjoy the chair more. I had to. I'm sorry. After the
Don't-
chair talk we had, I think
Don't drink for
Plagueis
New
is
Year's
perfect.
and allow Palpatine to kill you. That's it.
Yeah.
Just join the dark side. Don't be a
doing that.
Luke.
Just doing that challenge in the mirror, and Palpatine's there, like, tonight I think Plagueis will black out first. I'm
Oh,
passing
yikes.
the phone to someone who's gonna die tonight.
Oh, okay. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Oh, wait, before we do that, I gotta say this. Okay, I finally realized why the door on Jabba's palace had to be so big, because that's the only way he could get his fat ass out the damn door. Yeah, that door was huge. It's like, why is this door so big? And I was
It's not
thinking,
like he's bringing in cars or anything. It's not like he has a Jay Leno collection of hover cars. Like, get the hell
He
out
has
of
to
here.
fit a whole X-wing through the door. That's the rules.
It was like I was looking at when I was creating the thumbnail for the episode. I was looking at it. I was looking at different backgrounds and stuff like that, and I was like, "Why is this door so big? Like, this door is huge, man. Like, who's coming through this door that's that big?" The ranker's downstairs, so they had to have a back door to get him in, and he was little when they got him. So they bring him in another direction. But why they? And I was like, "Oh, it's because Jabba's just super fat, and he has to get that hover sled out the damn door."
Man, the man can fit a Star Destroyer through that damn door.
Yeah.
The door is huge. Okay.
Vader's ship could fit through that door, and it is one of the biggest ships other than Palpatine's. The Death Star could have fit in that bitch. I'm just saying.
Speaking of 2022, I'm pulling up Nick's comment in the chat for a sec, saying that this is the year Carl needs to play some Star Wars video games. I 100% agree.
I agree.
Please.
I think he should start with KOTOR. I think he should start with the beginning.
Yeah.
That means I have to buy a video game system.
No, just emulate it on your computer. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you can do it on your computer.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. KOTOR's a lot better on the computer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's hard enough for me to figure out how to do everything with these damn chats and podcasts and shit. Now y'all want me to play video games?
Hey, Dylan.
Excuses.
Welcome to 2022.
Hey, Dylan. Thank you for joining us.
Or you can do what you did with your siblings when your siblings wanted to play. You just pretend to plug in the controller and then just play the game, and you're like, "You're playing with me," and they're like, "Yeah, this is so fun." When it's the controller.
I still do that with
That's
cardboard
genius.
cutout.
Carl, just put on a YouTube video of someone playing the game and just pretend you're playing along.
What's going on about cardboard cutout?
It's good to see you.
Oh,
Man says you should start with Fallen Order, which I also agree with, because that's a
don't
lot
think
more
you-
user
I
friendly.
don't think you should start there. though.
Yeah. But have you played Fallen Order again? Have you gone back and played it? for a
Yeah, I
second
went
time?
back through.
It's not as good. It's not as
No.
good.
No, the
It
first
doesn't-
first swing
it's-
is always the
yeah.
best swing, I guess.
There's way too much climbing and exploring and just let me just fight people, please. Just
That's why I go to Dathomir.
I particularly
can't find
dislike the
anything.
kind of narrow sandbox approach where it looks like you can go everywhere, but you can't go everywhere. And I find that really frustrating when I'm used to Skyrim. And I can
Right.
go. I will go
Right.
everywhere. I will go
Right.
vertically up this cliff.
I try things on the game. I'll try and hit jumps that are way farther out.
Yes.
Since I have all the abilities. I'm like, oh, I could double jump over there. I don't need a wall run. And
It's Tomb Raider with the glow stick.
It is Tomb Raider with a glow stick.
Yeah.
It's
not even you barely flipping fight anyone.
It was a very good Star Wars game.
Nah.
I have to give them
When I first played it,
absolutely.
amazing. Going back and playing it again, it was not nearly as fun.
Well, if you go into the Journey Mode Plus, it literally increases everything difficulty wise. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's I just don't know. I don't know if that's a lot of time. I still haven't put together
It
my
took me 2
puzzles.
days.
Yeah, but you play video games. I haven't played a video game in 20 years. Actually, it ain't been that long because when my son was my son's 14. When he was younger, I used to go in there and play games with him. I mean, I play what the hell is that shit? The game where you just drive around and run people over and shoot cops.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I played
The second you said run people over, I was like, Grand Theft Auto. That's the only game I know that you could run people over legally in, I guess.
It was probably 10 years ago that I played the video game.
Oh, you're probably San Andreas then.
We have a Twitch channel. It's perfect. We need to get Carl on the video games. I've decided it's one of my
I think
goals
that
for
would be
2022.
hilarious.
The title of the
Just
episode.
us-
What the
us-
fuck?
Just us
What?
reacting
What?
to his
What
face.
is it? What?
How do you do this?
What do you mean
Well,
go through the damn door? The damn door
Where's
doesn't open.
Where's the damn A button?
What is L1 and R1? Please help.
Yeah, I have no idea about any of that stuff. Actually, because the last time I played a video game, I think I played. It was like it might have been the Xbox 360. The last video game that I owned was the PS2, and I gave it to my oldest son. That was the last video game that I actually owned. Well, I got a Wii downstairs. I got a Wii with some Star Wars games on there that's never even been open. Like I bought them and then they're just sitting downstairs in plastic.
My dad had this thing where if a new stick play, like let's say like the PlayStation 2 is a thing, and then the PlayStation 3 came out, he bought me the PlayStation 2. And when the 4 came out, he bought me the 3. Like he was always one behind because he didn't want me to be like. And I was like,
it should be.
And it made me mad. All my friends had like the new 360, and I had the first Xbox that hasn't been relevant in like 10 years.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was playing, whatever that game was that you guys just said with my son. I don't remember what console that was. I think it was a 360. I could be wrong. But
Anyway, I'm wrangling all of you back to the topic of this episode before Garrison has to go home. What are some of the good things that came out of Star Wars this year? What were some of your 2021 highlights for Star Wars?
And first go through your highlights, and then we're gonna go through the worst, the things that you dislike the most.
Yeah.
Who wants to start this off? I guess I'll start this off. Holy crap, guys! Honestly, Book of Boba Fett is my top tier.
What? Really?
Okay.
What?
I respect your opinion.
You gotta
No?
remember, I'm a big Boba Fett fan, so that's my thing.
Are we talking about the hype of Boba Fett, or are we talking about the actual episode of Boba Fett?
You know what? All of it. I'm just gonna say all of it.
Because I think the trailers was better than the actual episode.
Oh, I know the trailers are great. I love the trailers.
And I didn't even like them.
Confirmation
cardboard
on
cutout cosplay. I'm gonna cry.
That's awesome, cardboard. Thank you. Honestly, I have to agree because going into 2021, I didn't think anything was going to go. I have to because like in 2021, I had turned 24, and then a week later, I find out I'm on the podcast with you guys. Literally, my birthday, Kyle calls me and tells me that I'm on the show. And I think that was probably my highlight of the whole 2021 year. Star Wars wise, I think it's all the laughs we've had about the Jizz Band.
Oh, we started a revolution. We started a Jizz revolution, and I'm so proud of us.
And I didn't realize how bad it was. Like what? I don't know who like just took what we said and just started the trends. But there was so many memes about Jizz.
Right after we did
right after
like
we did
right after that episode, bro. I swear.
Like, holy crap, man! Everybody's talking about Jizz, man. like. I didn't think that many people listened to us. I was looking like we only got like 10 subscribers or 10 followers. Why is there 1,000 memes about Jizz? So whoever it was, the person that took that and just ran with it and just put out a whole bunch of memes, we thank you because that was great.
Quality.
My last highlight for the year.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. We're going to get to this in a second. Go ahead.
Shut up, but also carry on.
All the Star Wars stuff I found when I was traveling. I think any chance I get to stop and go through and find something, like prime example to the listeners, it's a little Death Star. But it's got Vader.
I remember him showing us this.
I think that was loud.
Okay, name 5 pieces of content that you liked. That
5
like your
pieces?
top 5 pieces of like Star Wars content.
I liked the hype of the video game, but it didn't happen.
The Eclipse trailer can absolutely have a point.
That's in there. That's in top 5.
That was beautiful, and we know that Mr. Filoni and Favreau were a part of that, and I always love their work.
We're going to ignore that they're in development hell. We're going to ignore that the whole thing's been delayed. We're going to ignore that it's 18 months and there's still no game to look at. It's fine. We'll just move on.
We'll just keep moving forward. That's what we're good for. Content-wise, like I said, Book of Boba Fett. watching the Christmas, or not the Christmas special, the holiday special for the Halloween special. I think that was. I'm not a big Lego movie or cartoon fan, but that we talked about this earlier. I think that was probably the most adorable thing I've watched. Like, I think that was awesome.
It was pretty
It was
amazing.
cute. It was surprisingly adequate. It was surprisingly good.
The Bad Batch. I'm sorry, Wrecker is still my number one guy. Like,
Child. I'm just kidding.
hell yeah! If I get to throw a proton torpedo at you in the middle of a fallen vendor class, I would do it again. Like, if I could watch him throw those all the time and scream, "Oh yeah!" all the time, I would.
I completely agree with you, cardboard cutout.
Me too.
All
Absolutely.
right.
That was
Yeah.
going to
So
be one
what's
of the things I
everyone's
said.
number one? What's everyone's
That is my number one.
for
I was
the
getting
year?
to that.
Yeah,
He beat me
Under
to
the
the
helmet?
punch.
The under the
That was
helmet. Yeah.
That was my
Mhm.
number one, because watching the maker himself talk about not only Boba Fett, but the Christmas special in a
was-
whole video, like a
It
whole.
was just a
oh,
warm
man.
hug.
Okay, what you got, Garrison?
I think. Okay, this year of all this stuff is actually surprising. I'd probably say, The Elder, like the Visions episode, The Elder. That was I was like I really liked just that
Ooh.
one episode. The other episodes I wasn't like the biggest fan of, but that one episode I really really liked. So yeah, probably The Elder.
Miss Charlie?
I am ashamed to admit that I genuinely forgot about Visions. For me, I actually
didn't.
think it might be Bad Batch. Like, I wasn't hugely versed in Clone Wars. It wasn't a genre of Star Wars that I dipped my toe into, but I fell in love with Omega in about 0.3 of a second. And
Not
I don't know,
surprising.
the series was just different and warm, and it was so nice to see a different part of the Star Wars universe that I'd not experienced before in a new format, and absolutely wonderful. Can't wait for the next season.
Okay, let's see. I would probably have to say my number one thing was Under the Helmet, just because it gave us so much information, and then the interviews was great. Then I would have to say the Bad Batch, Visions, the Elder. I'm with Garrison on that. That was amazing. The High Republic books and the Thrawn books.
Yeah,
It
the
came
High
out,
Republic's been amazing.
They've been. I mean, I was surprised. I didn't think that they was gonna be as good as they was, and that, as somebody that's listened, I'm not putting them on the pedestal of like some of the other greats that there is, but they were good. It gave us. They were good books, especially the Thrawn books.
Oh yeah, I love the Thrawn books. I immediately got them when they came out. Like, I was just boom, boom, boom. Every time they dropped it, I got a hold of it.
I mean, it's not really Star Wars ish as much as we are used to with like Jedi's and stuff, but like following Thrawn's career and how he got to where he was at before he came to the Empire was just, and learning about that part of the universe, something that we don't hear too much about in regular Star Wars canon. I thought that was awesome. Star Wars Eclipse, the trailer that was the best. I think that was the best trailer that I have ever seen. That trailer was amazing, and I mean, it sucks that I had to be right and say that the game is never going to come out. All the game.
Yeah.
The trailer was
He's like,
amazing.
I hate being
Kyle's-
right. Oh no.
Real fast. Hey, Nate. I love the little Dave Filoni cowboy hat emoji that you dropped in the chat. I dig it.
I did not realize that was Dave Filoni, but 10 out of 10. That's hilarious.
I believe that's Dave Filoni. It
Zoom
looks
in.
like it. I dig it.
Oh, it
Hello,
is. What the
Nate.
fuck?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I had to point it out. That was awesome.
the Bad Batch was definitely in the top because I'm sorry, I'm a 44-year-old big kid. I love cartoons.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Star Wars: The Terrifying Tales. Yeah, it pulled
So
on my
good.
heartstrings because
So
it had
cute.
the Lost Boys in it. Had a lot of the references that I'm used to because I'm old, and it just brought out it brought out the big kid in me. I was like, oh man, this is so cool. I watched it last night. I was like, I want to watch this again because I was thinking about the things that I liked, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch that again. And I was like, this is dope. I like this. So, what would you guys say the things that you thought was the worst?
Oh,
The worst stuff that happened in Star Wars this year, the worst content.
I want to see Charlie go first. I got to see what she says because she's so optimistic. So if she's got something, I got to see this.
No.
Having-
Can we redefine? Can we define like worst or biggest letdown? Because I think there's a difference.
I think we should talk about
I just
both.
think if it was okay, so the name of the episode is the good, bad, and the ugly. So if it's bad or ugly, it goes and falls into that category of the worst.
Sorry, I need to get it out of my head. For me, apart from the Elder, the Princess episode of Visions and the Lop and Ocho one that spawned more inappropriate Rule 34 internet content than I ever needed to see. The entire fandom went absolutely off on one, and it was horrible. It's not that the episodes were inherently bad, it's what happened after the episodes that I had a huge
Wait, what happened after the episode?
Oh.
Which episodes?
Oh man, you gotta pay more attention to the cosplay, my friend. Ooh, buddy.
Well, it wasn't even just the cosplay. It was just there was a lot of very.
I'm out.
There was a lot of very inappropriate memes that came out. Star Wars took a dark turn after Visions. Like a lot.
Well, I count myself lucky that I didn't see any of it. I guess.
Yeah.
We've already got bad memes. That just added to it, and it was like, oh, we have to recover from this somehow.
No, it was
I
fun.
am also inherently disappointed in the fact that the Lego Skywalker Saga game was supposed to come out this Christmas. It's now been delayed for another year.
No,
Hey, you gotta perfect.
Yep.
You gotta perfect it. You can't just. You can't.
It's
Lego
never
has been
coming out.
dominant for years. You cannot screw this up. If
It's
they
just
botch
all of the
anything-
games
It's not
into
coming
one
out.
How
game.
are you gonna screw it? You can't screw it up, dude. It's meant for like,
We've paid for
yeah,
the
adults are gonna play it,
pre-order.
but it's meant for kids. Like,
Yeah,
the kids
I have
aren't
the
gonna
pre-order.
have that big of a fit.
I will. Thank you.
That's because you're a big kid.
Because
Yep.
you're
That
not a
is
kid.
I will
That
still
is
throw
my
a fit
bad
like
and my
one.
ugly for the year.
That's your bad and your ugly for the year.
Yeah.
What you got, CJ?
The rise and fall of Eclipse. Honestly, I think that was probably the worst thing in my eyes that I've seen.
Wait, so is it confirmed that it's actually fallen? It's not happening?
No,
I still have
no.
hope. Okay.
I don't.
From what I've read, it's been delayed by at least a year.
Well, it was already
it's
3
been-
years out.
It's been 18 months since the game was officially released, and there isn't even a beta to play. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. There is this trailer, and that is it. And also, because of the controversy around the head of the game company, there's now people leaving, people being fired, even more lawsuits being filed, and Disney and Lucasfilm are questioning whether they want to still be involved. So it's all blown
It's
up.
not happening.
So like I said in that episode, a lot of these people are not going to agree with what he believes in and what he thinks, and it was going to hit the fan, and it hit the fan. Thank you, Charlie, for the information.
It really did hit the fan.
Another thing was the first episode of Book of Boba Fett. I hate to say it. I watched it one more time. I watched it one more time, and I am not happy. Thank you guys for pointing out everything negative.
That's how persuasive me and Kyle are. Call us to be your lawyers because we convinced someone who loved the first episode to now hate it.
I don't hate it. I was just so disappointed. Going back and looking at what Kyle was pointing out and what Garrison was pointing out, I literally watched those certain scenes, and then in the group chat, Miss Charlie here popped off and sent something that was literally copied. That was a literal copy. What he says in that video, that TikTok video, that's a literal copy. That really depresses
show
me.
it. Is there any way we can show it?
We can put it on the Instagram and the Twitter. I would love to share it.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
It made me so mad.
What was that from?
It's from Parks and Recreation.
Yep.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It was. They were trying to.
It was pretty funny.
It was
a vote.
It was spot on accurate too.
It was one big act of filibustering, I believe is what he called it.
Yep. And he was just trying to start a reason why Boba Fett shouldn't have died or how he came back.
It was no.
I still
It
think
was
filibustering is the coolest thing in
Yeah.
politics. It's
You
so
just have to be
stupid.
able to
I love it.
stand and
you
talk.
can talk to interrupt somebody doing
They
something.
used to
and
be
you
able
can
to read the
keep doing that.
dictionary.
I'm not surprised.
But
Another
yeah,
thing.
he stands there at the podium, slams the script down, and goes, "This is my proposal for episode 7."
I'm not even.
Okay,
Camera pans down.
Are you able to get it?
Yeah, I think I can.
Oh no,
I think I can.
Nate's Parks and Rec is on Netflix. It is hilarious. I normally don't advertise other than Star Wars, but if you want to watch that show, it will make you laugh. It's got Chris Pratt in it.
It's like
just amazing.
It's like Office, but a step down. It's a small step.
Office
down.
wasn't even good.
The UK
Bro, Office is way
is
better
good.
than Parks and Rec.
I like the UK version.
Oh
I
my
gotta
God.
give Charlie that.
Yeah, the UK version is superior. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, dude, UK. Okay, you know what UK version is really superior? Top Gear.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
That's
it
it.
was until
Let's-
Jeremy Clarkson left. Then it got crap.
Let's watch.
Oh
it.
yes, the video.
Let's watch it.
The twin sons of Tatooine. We are now close on the mouth of the Sarlacc pit. After a beat, the gloved Mandalorian armor gauntlet of Boba Fett grabs onto the sand outside the Sarlacc pit, and the feared bounty hunter pulls himself from the maw of the sand beast.
Okay.
Who
See my issue?
You gotta
see
give
my
credit to that
issue?
creator.
Do you see my issue? They literally watched that and thought that's a
Someone-
great way to start it.
Somewhere new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instantly, they saw that scene, and that scene in the Parks and Rec clicked in their head, and they're like, "I gotta throw it on TikTok. I gotta get famous off this."
Well, it's not even that. It's just that you know that the writers that wrote the first episode of Book of Boba Fett was like,
Oh.
"That was great. We gonna make that.
Yeah, we're gonna have that tag.
We gotta
John
be on
Favreau
take
was
that.
looking
We
at
gotta
that was
take
like, we got to get it. Okay, Garrison, what do you got for your worst?
Okay, the worst. Every other episode of Visions.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm sorry, dude. Visions
That's
was
fair.
so bad.
was-
There was like
We
3
got a
good
and then a
episodes, and then the rest were just no. They're all ugly. They're all on my ugly. They're the worst. Oh man. Well, not the worst. The worst of this year, at least.
My expectations were here, and I got KO'd, like straight in the face, straight flat on
My
the floor.
expectations weren't even high to begin with, and they still disappointed.
Ah,
Like, but that should also tell you, like, the Elder episode totally surprised me and was like way good.
I enjoyed that.
Okay, and then for bad, yeah, probably Book of Boba Fett. It was just, it was a
man.
okay, was it? Yeah, it just was not what I was expecting. It was a huge disappointment from where I was at.
Do you think that, so like hypothetically, all of the episodes come out and you watch them all in a block? Do you think, having been able to watch them all together, do you think that would change your opinion as to where
No.
it sits? Because right now we're sitting on it as a single episode rather than
Right.
the Filoni story arc that we're so used to.
They should
See,
have made
but I
it
think
longer.
it's better. I think it's better watching one at a time because then you can really like think and ponder about one episode
True.
at a time and kind of go along the story. But some people like binging, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I
because
mean-
Disney Plus is more set for kind of
Yeah.
binge watching, so maybe this is
Yeah.
the format they're taking rather than each episode being able to stand alone. Because I agree with you, it feels weak.
It was definitely a
doesn't-
weak start.
Yeah,
It was definitely.
I don't want to go into this topic again because we'll get
No.
Kyle on the rant. But I'm just kidding.
Good vibes
I'm just
only.
playing,
Good
I'm
vibes.
just playing.
Okay, so my worst of 2021, I have to start off with probably the worst piece of content anything that could ever happen in Star Wars was the Galaxy Star Wars trailer. Thing.
Oh damn it! I forgot about that.
was
I take out Book of Boba Fett and put that there.
Yeah, sorry, the Galactic
Oh.
Star Cruiser trumps all of it.
That was
Can
just-
we like that was like so bad that it was actually entertaining to watch with y'all. That was actually really fun.
that was the most horrific thing that I had ever seen. Like
I've never been so mad in my life.
I would like dude, I would watch the holiday special 100 times in a row if I never had to see that trailer thingy.
My
whatever it
work
was
is
again.
done.
Bro, that was fun.
that was terrible.
I had so much crap to say on that. I did. I was popping off.
some of the
Oh,
Vision
man.
episodes were just they were just terrible. Like what? Like this is like why are we watching Astro Boy? And, you know,
Right.
like this isn't even Star Wars. What is this? Which we know that it's not meant to be Star Wars. It was the first attempt at anime and I give them props. You know, they tried, especially with some people that didn't know anything about Star Wars. So some of the writers. And then I have to say that the next thing would be the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. That was like some of the worst content that I've seen in a very long time, and it was very disappointing with the hype. Too much hype, and then they didn't do they didn't follow through, and it was just.
I gotta agree with Dylan in the chat. Book of Boba Fett's gonna come full circle.
I certainly hope so, but
They better after that first episode.
I certainly hope so.
that was pretty bad, and that was my worst. That was the worst. The ugly was Galaxy Star Cruiser and the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I totally forgot
I
about
don't know
that.
if it was ugly though, because we made a hell of a video off of it. I
was
don't
gonna
That
know.
was
say,
so much
that-
fun
We
to
had
watch
so much
with
fun
y'all.
doing that video.
That episode of us ripping it to pieces is
Yo, Disney,
We're
hire
basically-
us as a commenting crew on the
Yeah, but-
products you're making.
I listened to it back and we're not really commenting, we're just sort of screaming in outrage into our microphones as the video
Yeah.
progresses.
It was so bad. It was just terrible. I mean, it hurt your feelings to watch that. Like, oh my God, oh my heart is broke. Oh,
It just
geez.
looked like Star
I was-
Trek mixed with Battlestar
Battlefront.
Galactica.
I
Yeah,
showed
Battlestar.
you guys in the group chat proof that it's just Battlestar Galactica.
Like
That's
I said, they shouldn't have
gross.
called it. I mean, and if you really think about it, it is called, the Galaxy Star Cruiser. It's not called, I mean, they put Star Wars in front of it because, it's just kind of like they did with Boba Fett. Just put Boba Fett on the name and everybody's going to watch it. Put Star Wars on it and everybody's going to want to come. And then that was like the dumbest. I promise you, I guarantee that marketing agent got fired that day.
Immediately.
He
Immediately.
got fired immediately.
There was
It like,
there was no grounds either. There was just get out. Just go. Don't even grab your stuff. Just go. We'll mail it to you. I don't care. I don't want to see your face.
It's like, I will pay you just to leave, please.
I will literally add on a bonus that you shouldn't get just to get the hell out.
Now I have a question for you,
There are tears in my eyes.
and this is it's not a what if question because we're gonna get to that next or right here in a little bit. But I have a question for you. Max Rebo and the Jizz Band were on the barge in Return of the Jedi. The barge got blown up. So how are they alive now?
They got the hell up out of there when they saw Jabba getting
They
choked out.
survived.
How did
They
they survive?
legged
They
it.
don't show. They don't.
Hey,
show,
hey,
That's
hey.
a backstory.
They're
I
good
wanna see.
swimmers. They're good swimmers.
They're good swimmers. What was they swimming
was
in the
sand.
sand?
It was sand.
They're a jizz band. Charlie got it.
Because I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, wait a minute. Max Rebo and them was on the barge when it blew up. They were still playing. The music was all going on in the background. I went back and watched it like, no, they're dead. This can't be Max Rebo and them. It got to be
They
some
are
new
guy.
guy.
not
Crazy
dead.
is.
That is, I swear, on cross my heart, that is Max Rebo. I
So,
know those little
That's a
feet
backstory
anywhere.
that I want to know. They need to put that. Disney,
Somehow Max
need a
Rebo.
Look at
backstory
Dylan.
about Max Rebo and the Jizz Band survived. I want to know how they
So-
survived.
It's like a Palpatine story. It's just a side movie on how he got out of Jabba's.
Some way.
wanna
Man,
see
I haven't
that
seen you laugh
backstory.
this hard in quite some time, man. You're rolling
That
over
was
there.
good, dude. I like that one.
I want that backstory. They need to put that in the Book of Boba Fett. Like them sitting down talking about how they survived the Sarlacc pit and getting
Behind the
exploded.
scenes. Or like,
yeah.
hey, or like an 8th episode, The Return of Rebo.
Yeah, I want to see that. That's something that I want to see. I want to know
You
how
just
that
see him crawl out the sand.
happened. He's crawling out the fire and he's pulling the saxophone guy.
gets
with
out
his
and his-
hand. He's like, come on, man. We gotta go to. We gotta
Ah, ding, 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 ding.
Dylan, you have a point. Fortnite does everything.
Yeah.
Like, I almost downloaded it just to have the Boba Fett skin. I'm just saying, but
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just-
surprised. No, think about it. Fortnite's really on top of it. They just came out with the skin, and already in the same year they come out with the skin, they came out with the TV show that explains what the skin comes from.
Wow.
They have a TV show?
No, it was the
No,
never
it was
mind.
right over his head.
I'm like,
It's all good.
Man,
I got
that
you,
fever is
Garrison.
getting you today.
Oh.
Oh.
And it's hot in here because I got all these damn lights on. I should have just left the green screen going and said screw it. But I was like, nah, I can't do it. I gotta put the background in. I worked hard on that background. It looks nice.
It's
I
a
look
good
at it all
background.
the time.
Looks better than the Star Cruiser.
Oh god,
Yeah.
the
Everything
Star-
looks better than that Star Cruiser. That's why I said I could design a better thing than they could do. Oh, I'm hurting now.
I'd rather
My stomach's
see
hurting.
Dave Filoni and his kids make up a scene for Max Rebo getting out than go to that Star Cruiser. Just saying.
True.
Dude, that would be so dope to Dave Filoni talking about Max Rebo getting out and like having an interview like this is how we planned it out. Max Rebo climbed over the edge and they jumped off the edge of the barge and face planted in the sand. It's all right.
Just hey, you know how they have an undisclosed
head
title
first.
for something? It's just Max Rebo's return. That's what it
Yeah.
is. That's what
I mean,
it is.
it could be perfect. It would literally be perfect because you could just imagine them just jumping off the side of the barge, going head first, and they're used to that because they go head first all the time. So just like plowing into the sand and just climbing out, it would be amazing.
The Rise of Rebo.
The Rise of Rebo.
Yes.
Yes.
What's your name, Max? Max what? Max Skywalker.
You are horrible.
No. Max Sky Swimmer.
Oh no.
Now I think we're onto something.
Yo, Disney, you should be listening to this. We're giving you ideas.
So, one of the questions I wanted to ask this episode is if you were in charge of the slate for 2022 for Disney Star Wars releases, what would you pick? And quite obviously, we would start the year with The Rise of Rebo, The Jizz Chronicles.
Revenge of the Jizz.
Yeah, I want to know if you were in charge of production for this year's Star Wars slate, what shows would you do? What films would you make? Where would you go? What would you do?
Well, I'm not gonna say it because I know Garrison is gonna say it. But I think I would start off with I would make Revan. If I had creative
Oh, man.
control, I
Hands
would
down.
make
Fair.
Revan, and then I would probably do a trilogy or a cartoon series or a live action series about Bane. I think then that would be my two number one
I
things.
agree.
That's my two favorite things in Star Wars is the Bane trilogy and Revan. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Charlie, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I just want to quickly say if there's loud banging in the background, there's fireworks.
Oh.
I apologize. I want live action Omega. I want more Kenobi. I want a Kenobi movie. I don't just want a TV series. I want a movie.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'd be really interested in like young Padme, like when she starts being queen and sort of that period of time before she's queen and being raised and sort of all of that. And I want to know why Han and Leia separated. I want some kind of
Oh, we know why. We know
Well,
why. We know why. Come on.
Hon, I need you to do this, man. I'm out.
I gotta
I'm
go.
out.
I gotta go smuggle something. I gotta go smuggle something. I'm sorry. Like Last
Okay.
Shot,
I can
if
see
you
that.
read
I
Last
can see
Shot
that.
or listen to Last Shot, it's a good reason why. Like you can see why in the book. And I agree though. I would like to see like the behind the scenes kind of deal for it. Kind of like see what exactly happened. The
I wish
man
they'd
couldn't
stay
stay
together,
home though. I see why Ben had problems with him. The man just couldn't stay home.
yep.
What if
Daddy
what if
issues.
Han caught Leia and Chewie together or something like that?
Yo, why you gotta go? It's like that Harrison Ford thing on Jimmy Kimmel. That was
Garrison,
my
stop
wife.
it.
Oh, jeez.
I also agree with Sydney. A canon Ben Solo TV show would be.
like his childhood, like him going like leaving and then going into
I think
like
they
the
should do it a Clone
Jedi
Wars
temple.
matter. Like,
I don't know if it would work.
I
I
think
wouldn't.
that would work. I think that would be a good episode, something
I
good to watch,
would
because I
maybe,
kind of want to know what led up to the fact
yeah,
that Luke walked in there and was gonna cut his head off.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
Oh,
kind of
that's
want to know
fair.
how
yeah,
Snoke got a
My
hold of him
solution
in
to
the
that is
first
different,
place.
though.
I want to know
I
how.
wouldn't mind seeing that.
I want to know how Snoke got a hold of him in the first place.
Speaking of Snoke, I want more Snoke backstory. I need more explanation about Snoke, please and thank you. So just like a whole kind of Ben Solo
Okay, yeah.
into Kylo
No,
Ren.
I'll give you all what you want. Okay, I'll
I'm
satisfy all
listening.
this. Okay, this is my New Year's resolution. Well, one of them. I have a couple. This is my New Year's. Like, if I was in charge of Star Wars, I'm remaking the sequels, dude. There's too many plot holes. Just
Okay.
remake them.
You know what?
Just cut them
let you
out.
have that.
They no
I would
longer
let you have that.
exist. We're redoing it in a different direction. We can keep all the same actors and stuff
Please,
too. Like,
please keep Ray.
But yeah, it was just right idea, poorly executed.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I would just redo the sequels for one. Number two, just give me an actual video game. Come on.
I can't
golly,
keep playing
bro.
Fallen Order on repeat. Okay, I
Like,
can't.
Ah,
I've maxed out all my characters on Battlefront 2.
I
can't
can
keep
only play
doing
Battlefront
this.
so many times, please.
Both 1 and 2. You got any more, Garrison?
I like Dylan's idea. Guardians of the Galaxy style show, but replace the awesome mix with jizz music. No, I think that's it. Just like remake the sequels and make a solid video game, an actual solid video game that's actually like good and like open world. Do whatever you want. Like, just please.
Yep, that'll work.
Mine, I honestly, if I was to like run the slate right now, I would start off with Obi-Wan. I think right after
Fair.
Book of Boba Fett, I wouldn't go Andor. I wouldn't put Andor first. Because after Boba Fett, if Andor isn't good, nobody's going to get excited for Obi-Wan.
Yep.
Well, I don't know
True.
about that.
So-
Everybody's gonna be excited for Obi-Wan. I just think everybody's expectations is gonna be really, really low about if the Book of Boba Fett doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? And start going into getting better, and then Andor comes out and it sucks. Then everybody's gonna go watch Obi-Wan like, oh man, this is gonna be garbage. They're gonna ruin Obi-Wan. They're gonna make Obi-Wan just suck, and that's how everybody's gonna go. But I don't think there's no possibility. It's like the Book of Boba Fett. Even though, you know, the hype was what it is, and then the first episode came out, I do not think that anybody could literally go and not like Obi-Wan. You know, like just not watch Obi-Wan. Everybody's gonna watch Obi-Wan. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi, man. The dude is just. I mean, I don't even have the words, man. He just is dope, man. He's dope. He just dope.
After that, like I said, I'd go Obi-Wan, I'd go Acolyte.
Yes.
I'd go
Yeah.
literally after Jedi, you go Jedi, immediately go into Sith. You just go one to the next. Then I'd go Andor. And then they have a new one. I don't know if you guys saw the Lucasfilm box that they gave to the employees. I did share it on Twitter and a few other things. Tales of the Jedi. I don't know if I'd put that before Andor or after Andor, but if Andor tanks, you gotta have to have something strong to end the year off with. And I'd put Tales of the Jedi to end the year off of 2022. And then I would come out on Investor Day with Bane, Revan. Like I'd want 2023 to come out heavy. Like I'd want this year's slate to go first. Obviously, we've already got the slate out for this year. And then I'd want next year's to be even heavier than the first one because we got Mando season 3, Bad Batch season 2 this either at the end of this year going into next year. I mean, it's going to be heavy these next 5 years of Star Wars. If they keep doing what they're doing and they stick to their word and we don't listen to, or not listen, we don't follow in Kathleen Kennedy's footsteps. Damn it.
Hey, I was hoping we could start the year without bashing her, maybe.
After that crap with the freaking
Rangers out of
the
Republic.
Rangers, I can't trust her word. I'm sorry. I would rather listen to the boom mic guy talk about Star Wars than her sometimes. But I think if she can stick to what she's saying and we get all this product this year, I think she needs to come out the following year heavier than this year. more
No,
cartoons, more live action. Just keep hitting it, because Marvel's going to keep busting out stuff, and Star Wars has got to keep up. And I know we will. Marvel's got a full slate, but I think Star Wars is going to take that slate over. I think we're going to be a lot more popular than people are expecting. Especially if we get the success that we want.
I want to add to mine right quick. They need to push Mandalorian up.
Yes, I think that's a little too much of a delay.
I'm having like Mandalorian withdrawals. Like, I want to watch the Mandalorian.
I think if I was to make something, I think the Ben Solo thing, but in a Clone Wars fashion.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it would work really well in that.
Because Mark Hamill could come in and voice himself.
Yeah.
And Adam Driver could too, and it's not much of a hinder on his schedule acting wise.
And there's also no like de-aging or extra budget into making people look younger. Also, I will argue that I think Book of Boba Fett's hype and enjoyment has slightly been dampened by the huge explosion of the new Spider-Man film. I'm aware that it's a little competitive at the moment in terms of fandoms, and the hype for Spider-Man has been enormous.
People ruined it for me on TikTok, so I could care less. Nobody ruined Book of Boba Fett on TikTok.
I'm not, like I said, after the first 3 Spider-Mans, I haven't even watched none of the rest of them. I haven't watched none of them.
We are not here to debate Star Wars versus Marvel, because Star Wars is better.
Don't get me started on the Spider-Man.
Okay.
But yes.
So let's get to, does anybody even got any news or rumors this week? I don't think there is.
No, it's been pretty quiet. I know the blender shaker company that Garrus and I tend to talk about. They dropped some. They dropped some Book of Boba Fett shaker bottles. One of them's him standing with his rifle, and it says, "I'm the boss."
He didn't show that.
I was like, that's all right. That's all right. I don't agree with that statement at the moment. I'll find out this following Wednesday, but
I think it's going to get better.
I do too. I really do. I don't think, like I said, I think Robert Rodriguez kind of screwed the pooch on this first episode.
Well, I was listening to an interview that he said that the way Jon Favreau had it set up, that he wasn't technically just talking about his episode. He was talking about the series in a whole. So I think that they set it up that way for a reason.
To go up.
I really do, to go upwards. I think they trying a different angle instead of boom, start off good, slow down, and then boom at the end. They're just start off slow and just work away to a very big ending. So,
which would be smart. That's a good way to get people to talk. Like Charlie said this last Wednesday, it is a talking point from high hell. It is literally got everybody raving. You go on YouTube, you type in Book of Boba Fett, you'll see our videos, you'll see everybody's videos on how they're bashing the first episode.
Yep.
I mean, you got some people that like it, and some people that came out and made some very good points about, and they kind of swayed me a little bit, not on the episode, but on the direction of the series.
Yeah.
They started off slow. They started it off like that to piss Boba off. You got to show, okay, Boba's going to be like, okay,
respect ain't working.
Well, that respect is something that is gained through fear.
Yeah.
People going to respect you if they fear you. So I think that's something that's going to be pushed that way. And it kind of swayed me on the whole series, because when I first just seen the first episode, my whole outtake was, this is going to suck if they keep it like this. And him being the way that he is, it's not going to be good.
Okay, Charlie, you had to say something. I saw that. What's up?
I did. I know we're not here to chew over the Book of Boba Fett, but Kyle, I wanted to call you up on something you said on that Wednesday's episode. You said that there was no way the flamethrower would work inside the Sarlacc. I wish to correct you. First and foremost, not only is that Sarlacc's gut full of flammable gas, because anything that digests creates methane. We know. I'm going to assume this about Star Wars. If it's gassy, it's flammable. Second of all, flamethrowers in Mandalorian gauntlets have their own source of fuel and ignition. And thirdly, he yanks the oxygen pipe from the stormtrooper, so there's already oxygen introduced into the atmosphere anyway. So it would totally be possible to blow up the Sarlacc from the inside. I rest my case.
Hell of an argument.
Okay, even if that is all possible, which I'm not saying it is not. Even if it was all possible, the problem is that he back, and then 1 second later he's climbing out the sand. Like, you have to go through. Like, if they would have followed the book, crap,
The book was so much better.
it described it so much better. I mean, it gave
Fair.
so much more detail, and for us to be waiting for what 30 years almost to find out what happened to Boba Fett, how he survived, to him coming out in 5 seconds was just garbage. It's like you didn't explain nothing. He got some oxygen and he caught it on fire and he climbs out the side. He climbs out of the dirt. Like, dude, come on. Like, it has to have a butthole. Why didn't you go that way? You know?
Think about it. Think about it. This creature has been sat rotting and digesting and oozing in the sand. It's covered in flammable, disgusting stuff. The whole thing probably went up in seconds.
But then it would have killed him.
Yeah, it would have burned through him.
It would have burned
The
through
only
him.
thing that would have made it through.
Yeah, and you
was the
still
armor.
need oxygen to burn. Is there oxygen in the Sarlacc?
There would have been.
Well, he burped
oxygen
in
in
Return
there.
of the Jedi. I would assume there's some sort of air.
So there's
bond.
because it has to be at
Yeah.
least like I think it's like 16% or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there absolutely is. The creature breathes.
Okay,
But if
that's
it
fair.
was that flammable and he hit his thing, it would have burnt him.
Yeah.
You know
the
what
only
I'm
thing
saying?
that
It
would have been
would've
left
cooked
was his
him
armor.
inside.
Well,
Man, if it was that
already-
easy, why did the
he was
stormtroopers not just start shooting in the thing? Like that would have hurt it at least. Like
He was already acid burnt and damaged, and his armor's falling off him, and his clothes are sticking to him because he's being poisoned and ripped to pieces. So I don't think he'd get out of there as fast as he possibly could.
But he was still, as soon as he caught the thing on the methane, would have caught fire and burnt the whole inside of him. So it's still contradictory of the way
I liked.
the way the book describes it. I mean, the book describes it. He does use a flamethrower in the book, but the way it's described is way different, and it would have made way better of a story, and it would only took you had 12 minutes of no content. You know what I'm saying? 12 minutes of not no content, but nobody was talking.
Dylan,
12
that's an
minutes.
excellent point. That's why he punched through the Sarlacc's side to protect himself from the fire.
The whole thing would have went up.
The whole thing would've
Also,
went up.
Also, I'm sorry, I'm so angry about this. Nick's point, what we saw was a dream/flashback. There could always be more to it in later episodes. Garrison hasn't had enough. Garrison has a football match to go to.
But
Yes.
yeah, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough explanation. There was too many
Match.
contradictory things in it, and they spent a lot of time with the Sand People. Okay, which is not a bad thing. They need to have that story, but at the same time, they could have took a little bit of that time and gave more of an explanation on something that fans have been waiting on for 30 years.
I
don't
gotta
think
give
you're
Charlie
wrong,
the point. I
but
gotta
you're
give Charlie
also
the point
wrong.
on this. I gotta give Charlie the point on this. It might be explained more down the line.
I hope so.
It'd be great. I'd like to see the connection with the Sarlacc like we got in the book. I'd like to see all of that.
I started thinking back on it like, okay, so they're kind of setting up for him to kind of be in that back to tank a lot. So I think that we're going to get more flashbacks. That's how they're going to play the flashback part of the series of him having to go to the back to tank. But my thing is that's contradictory in itself because this dude survived getting drugged by the Sand People, fighting the dog, fighting that big thing, doing all this, and then goes to the back to tank, and now he's constantly in the back to tank. That's
the thing. The electric shock could cause problems in his intestines and everything that has been having issues later on after the Sarlacc's effects. So he could be using the back to tank for his innards and not his outards. His skin and his normal body itself is fine, but on the inside, his lungs could be bad, his stomach could be bad, his heart could be bad, and the back is the reason why he has to go in there.
But then how could he have survived getting drugged through the desert for 3 days?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline's going after a while.
Hello,
then
Darth
when you-
Maul realived himself with rage. With rage,
That's
Kyle.
the Force,
rage.
though.
The force, though.
That's the
Boba
Force,
Fett
though.
don't got the force.
No, he don't. He's just a man.
So-
He's just Django. He's literally just Django.
Principle. But the principle.
And he's a clone, and they know that clones is not durable as a regular person. So, like I described it in the first episode on Wednesday when we were talking about it was pure will that got him through this.
Oh yeah.
Pure will. But I mean, I can get where he's having to go into the back to tank, and it's a good setup. It's contradictory. It doesn't
Sydney,
fit.
it's out of pure spite.
Yeah.
just the pure doubting him got
But
him through.
I like the idea that they're gonna if they use the back to tank, he has to keep going in the back to tank, and I mean there could be multiple reasons. I mean it could be his degradation of being a clone, because we
Yeah.
know that clones slowly degrade. So it could be his degradation as a clone. We know they talk about it in the books when he becomes the Mandalore. He's degrading and he's trying to figure out a way that he can survive so he can rule Mandalore. So, you know, there's
Do we see, I got a question for you guys. Do we see more of him after this season?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
that I think there'll
I
at
don't
least
think
be
Tamara
two-
Morrison's done.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no. He's just getting started.
Yeah,
What you
man's
talking
just getting
about?
started.
I mean, I watched the interview of him the other day. He was interviewing and looking at where he was interviewing at. If that was his house, yeah, he needs some money. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2 or 3 seasons out of this that they bring out of
I
it.
meant like in other shows. I meant like, do we see him again in Mandalorian when they go
I
to
think so.
Mandalore kind of stuff?
I think that they will be in the I think he'll be in the Mandalorian. I think he's going to be I think he's going to end up showing up in the Bad Batch.
I would love to see. I would love to see a young Boba Fett in his dad's armor finally, because we didn't get to see it in Clone Wars because they took that out where he got the dent in his helmet. They took that out.
I think there's a lot of things that has to be explained, and
Oh yeah.
and I think that Dave and John is going to explain a lot of the things, and that's why I'm disappointed in the show, but I'm not disappointed in where I think that where I personally think that the show is going. I think it's going to be more, instead of a lot of action, it's going to be a lot of explaining stuff. It's going to be filling in them plot holes and stuff like that. So I want to hear the story. I want to hear what's going on, but I would also like to see a lot more action and a lot more Boba Fett being Boba Fett, not this.
We got like we got one hit of what we know is Boba Fett, and it's when he shot that guy off the wall. That's all we got out of that. That and when he hit the guy with the electro staff.
Well,
Other than that,
even with him being with the Sand People, I mean, his Boba Fett wins because he has the will to win. This dude's going up against Jedi. He's going up against a Jedi.
he's gone up against Jedis, Wookiees.
He's a dope dude, but the softer side that they're showing of him is not too, it's not Boba Fett. That's what makes it bad. It's like, keep Boba Fett where Boba Fett is at. But we have to understand that there's people change, people progress, people degress, people, we don't know what he's going through personally. Like he said, he might be degrading in his by being a clone, and that's why he's constantly in the back to tank. That might have been one of the reasons that he could be a back to addict. But
Thanks, Nick.
I think that's a good. I think that Dave and John, after rewatching it and after all that and thinking about things and looking at things and try to have more of an outlook on it, the show was bad. I'm not going to give the show its credit because it was terrible. Like, I can't look at Boba Fett like that. But at the same time, if that's what they're doing and telling a backstory, I still want to know what the backstory is. Yeah. And if they're going to use the back to tank to show him, and then if whatever the reason, they might show that he's degrading or whatever the situation may be, and he's thinking about the future and how he wants to be, and that might be one of the reasons, the whole reason he took over the crime syndicate, because he knew that Jabba had a back to tank, which I don't know why Jabba would never fit in that damn thing.
Hell no, not that one.
They'd have to have a room.
Do we get a 3PO droid in the show? I gotta ask this question because honestly, that throne scene with him and Fennec made me laugh. But I would love to see a 3PO anxiety-filled droid right next to him, afraid to piss him off.
That droid that's in the throne room is voiced by. I wrote this down as a note as well. He's voiced by an actor that's quite popular in this country. I want to say Matthew Berry, but Matt Berry. There we go. Yeah, which was a nice little nod. If you guys have ever seen like IT Crowd, he's done a bunch of other like UK comedy shows, and that made me really happy.
The only time I watched UK shows was with my grandmother because she's, as my grandmother puts it, she has a British sense of humor. So
good.
She likes a lot of the BBC network.
There's actually something that popped up on Instagram. I think it might have been Twitter. I can't remember. I was looking at something yesterday, and there was actually a point that there's a head, a protocol droid's head on the
On the throne.
on the ground in front of the throne. So
Wow.
so I don't know where they got this scene from, but it's Boba and Finnick. They're sitting on, he's sitting on the throne, she's sitting to the side of him, and if you
And
look
then there's
down
a
in the bottom
3PO
corner,
head sitting
yeah,
right next to
right
it.
down in the bottom corner. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a protocol droid at one time or another. I don't think it'll be
Yes.
C-3PO, but
No.
Oh no, I don't think they'll get Anthony Daniels into that show.
well, no, I don't even think it would be that. I just
Anthony
don't think
Daniels
it
will
would.
do anything if it's Star Wars. Anything.
But it just doesn't follow the timeline right because he's with Leia at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the timeline correctly. I mean, I guess they could always spin something in there, but I just don't see that happening.
Another anxiety-filled 3PO,
Yes,
but
please.
he's blue.
I don't think that he could be anxiety filled like C-3PO. C-3PO is anxiety filled because of all the crap he's been through.
Oh man,
Like this droid is.
you got to deal with Han
It's
Solo's anger. You got to
also-
deal with Leia's fearlessness. You got to deal with Luke's questionability. You got to turn around and you got to worry about a Wookiee all the time getting pissed off at you for you beating his ass in hollow chess. I mean, yeah, I'd be full of anxiety too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'd be very good.
3PO, specifically that make of protocol droid, they have very small eye sensors, so he's actually just as nervous because he can't see properly.
Oh,
He gets
That's
very
great.
anxious because he can't see around him properly.
Oh.
And it's unfortunately a tick that kind of developed as a byproduct of the eye sensors being so small, and they were known later on as extremely neurotic droids with a lot of problems.
And then you gotta think about it. Anakin built him and then left him there with his mom. You know, like, damn man, I got rebuilt and I got reprogrammed and I'm cool and everything.
and then all of a sudden I'm in the middle of Battle of Geonosis and my head's on a droid.
Like there's
And he's
he went
screaming,
through
"Die, Jedi,
Oh, God, the
die!"
trauma.
Okay, so are we ready for the impossible quiz? Are you ready?
Yep.
CJ?
I thought you were
I
doing
am
a what if.
ready.
The what if was we did the what if. The what
Yeah, we
if
did the
was-
what if.
Oh, okay. I
We
wasn't
just
exactly
didn't go through
sure.
the thing. We just
Oh, okay.
We
we
just
winging
chatted.
it today.
Yes,
We just-
I am
I
ready
am-
to quiz you.
I am ready to be quizzed. Okay.
Well, now, you insufferable womp-rats, it's time for Charlie's Impossible Quiz.
And actually, it's CJ's impossible quiz. today.
Yes.
It is CJ's impossible quiz this week.
This week it is my turn to put Charlie in this hot seat. I do not feel bad for what I'm about to do. She puts us through hell. It's her turn to get some hell from me.
If I can't answer them, Kyle.
Yes, he
Please.
can. Yes. Okay, question number 1. What artifact that was obtained in Battlefront 2 by Luke is seen in his hut in Octo? It's in The Rise of Skywalker.
Is it some kind of compass?
Oh, wow. Hey! Can you give me the name? I mean, you got the compass right. Wow, I'm impressed.
No,
I'm
I
glad
can-
you've been paying attention.
I can see it in my head, but I cannot
So-
for the life of me tell you the name.
Palpatine had a vault on this planet.
Hmm.
So Palpatine got the compass from the Jedi Temple. It is a plasma encased superluminate lodestone, or as it was called
Oh, a
during the high
lodestone.
during the High Order.
I know what one of those is.
It
yeah,
was just called a Jedi compass.
a Jedi compass. Ah,
I wanted the actual name, Roll Farm Boy and Dylan. Thank you. But Charlie gets the point because she knew
you.
what it was. Okay, number 2. Who kissed Princess Leia first?
Luke.
wait. I believe, if we're on a technicality, Han Solo kissed Princess Leia first because Leia kissed Luke.
See, I'm glad you listened to the question because that was where I was going with this. Because I asked my girlfriend this question and she said Luke, and I was like, no.
No,
Who kissed Princess Leia? Not who did Princess Leia kiss?
Han kissed Leia first, forcibly, in the tiny compartment of the Millennium Falcon, but technically Leia is the one who kissed Luke.
Yes. I just had to word it like you. I'm sorry. It was a good catch.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game.
This one's gonna be difficult for you though. What was the name of the protocol droid that approached the two Jedi in the beginning of Episode 1? You have that droid book.
I didn't even know the droid had a damn name.
Yep.
Dead droid. Got cut up droid by lightsabers.
Oh jeez.
Are you talking like the C3PO bit?
Yeah, but he's not a 3PO though.
He's not a
He's not
3PO.
he's not a 3PO unit. He's still
Is he
from
a-
the same maker, but it is not a 3PO unit.
For some reason, my brain says C21A, but I don't think that's right.
It is TC-14.
TC14. I said C214. I was close.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, you were close.
That's fair. Thank you.
Who is the
Yeah,
first
TC14.
Jedi Master to call Anakin the Chosen One?
Qui-Gon?
See, I was trying to word that one differently and I couldn't do it.
Qui-Gon.
It was Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
This one is a set problem in Empire Strikes Back, but if you watch the movie, you should know on Empire. Whose Tauntaun had a broken left arm due to some malfunctions on set?
Was it Hans?
No, it was Mr. Luke Skywalker.
Damn it! That was
They
the
had a set issue, and in the process of putting the head on the Tauntaun, they dropped it, and it broke the arm, and they left it as such
You can
for the
see it
movie.
when you're watching, when he's standing on that snow mound, you can see
Yeah.
it. It's kind of hanging there.
It's just hanging out, you know. Who's the only Jedi Knight on the council in Episode 1?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
On
Yoda,
the
Qui-Gon,
council.
Mace Windu.
You can't keep. No, you don't get to do that. You can't let us do that. It was Kid Adi Mundi.
Oh,
So
what?
he took
Man with-
over.
man
he
with
took
5
over-
wives.
Yeah, he took over for Yaddle when Yaddle passed.
Ah.
So
Well,
he
that I
was-
did not know. Thank you.
What is the call sign of the clone commander pilot hailed by
Let's see.
Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 2?
What? Say that again.
What is the call sign of the clone commander pilot hailed by Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 2? This one's a
Red-
funny one. I laughed so hard.
Red leader, red 5.
No, Episode 2.
I don't know.
Kyle?
I don't know.
I'm
Oddball.
awful with this. Oddball.
Oddball.
Dylan got it.
How rude. Nice
Way
one,
to go,
Dylan.
Dylan.
Dylan's on fire this week. I'm doing horribly.
Who was supposed to play the role of Mace Windu originally?
Tupac.
Kyle. Nice.
I think I nearly had that as one of my questions as well.
What
Damn.
common word in Star Wars universe was never said during the movie?
Ewok.
Wow. Did you have that as a question?
No, I just know that one.
Yeah, no,
Ewok.
you will never
They
hear
never
it.
said Ewok.
I don't even. Do
ever.
we know where the name came from? I gotta ask that real fast.
I think it was just a backstage thing.
Oh, great.
It's not.
They
It's not
was
anything too
ordering some
exciting.
Chinese food, and they said, "Hey, get the one from Ewok."
Came-
And George is like, "That's it. That's
yeah,
it,
George,
right there."
I think if I'm correct, George casually referred to them as that backstage, and
Oh.
it was never put into the films, but it was
That's-
how they referred
That's awesome.
offset. Sorry, I did not mean to shout that into my microphone.
That's okay. Question number 11. Asteroids in the original trilogy were made using what?
Styrofoam?
No, Kyle.
I know this, but I can't think of it right
Charlie.
now.
Got another guess?
Cake?
Nope. One more.
Sydney
I
said
know
50
this.
Cent.
I know this.
Yeah,
God, no.
Oh, you think 50
Oh.
Cent was alive then?
he was, but he wasn't old enough. Oh, jeez.
Paper?
No, it was a potato, a spray painted potato.
A
All the
spray-painted
asteroids in the
potato.
original trilogy were made out of spray painted potatoes.
Dylan got it.
That's amazing.
Way to go, Dylan. Man, you're on fire. You got 2 so far. And the last question. What bounty hunter was Jabba the Hutt referring to when he said, this bounty hunter is my kind of scum? They are fearless and inventive.
Boba Fett?
No. Kyle?
Bosk.
It was in Return of the Jedi.
IG.
IG-88? No.
Okay.
Do you guys want the answer?
Yeah.
Or should I let the chat?
It's the one that
You're telling me it's not Bosk Waskradosk?
No, it is Leia after she threatens
Yeah,
him
that's
with
what I
a
was
thermo
gonna
detonator.
that's what I was about to say.
I-
Yeah, see, y'all screw me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. You get the point.
I
Oh,
quit.
It's all right.
I'm done.
That is all my questions.
Because she has the thermal
Damn.
detonator, and then that's when he says it. He was like, and then
the
yeah.
droid. The
the
droid
droid.
sat there and said it out
That
loud.
was really good.
That was
I
very
really enjoyed
difficult.
that.
I had like 30 questions. I had to narrow them down.
That's good because you wasn't prepared last time, and I had to do it because you were supposed to do it on 20.
I know. I didn't think we decided who was exactly doing it, so I was like, I don't know if I have questions or not. And then Kyle's like, I got questions. I'm a roaster. And we went to town on it.
And I didn't like the questions that I have now. Nobody's gonna know the answer.
Oh man. I was going to attack more of the Clone Wars, but I wanted to at least give you some points due to the
I
fact that
appreciate that you made it a little easier for me. I'm very, very grateful.
I was
Return the
really going to
favor.
hit heavy Clone Wars wise.
Uh-huh.
But I put a couple clone questions in, and then
That was
the
so
rest-
much fun.
I figured more movie questions were adamant than... Because if I would have went Legends, I think Kyle would have just took over. It would have been something for Kyle.
I realized the other day, I'm sitting there and I don't remember what I was doing. I'm like, you know what? For somebody, like I've listened to all or read all the books up to that I can read. There's some of them that I haven't been able to read. Like I haven't read like Battlefront Inferno 2, a couple of those books. I haven't read none of the Squadrons just because it doesn't appeal. Well, I listened to the first one, but I didn't get into the rest of them because I was like, I didn't really care for the first one. I'll probably listen to them at one time or another. I'll run out of stuff to listen to, and I'll read them, or listen to them. But it's like when you obtain that much information, it's hard to remember all that stuff. Like I remember bits and pieces, but it's very hard to remember. Like when you've listened to like 160 books. I don't even know how many it is. I've listened to every single or read every single Star Wars book that I have got, and I have a extensive library of Star Wars books, and it's hard because like even now, like I'm going back, I'm doing Bane on the other podcast, and like I'm like, oh, I don't remember this. Oh, this happened. Oh, this happened. Oh man, I don't remember this, and it's like because it's been so long since I've listened to it or read it, so it becomes very, very difficult to obtain that much information. That's how I don't know, like how Dylan and Royal Fanboy is. They just be knowing this stuff because I'd be like, man, how do you know all this?
No,
stuff?
man,
Like,
they
I
were
can't
on
remember.
fire. They were on fire.
Yeah.
Dylan had the answer. He just spelt it wrong. And I was kind of like, is he trying to spell Bosk? And then Royal Farmboy hit it, and then he came back down and responded and spelled it right. And I got to give you credit there where credit's due. You and Royal Farmboy were on fire. You guys were...
Well, no,
The fact that somebody knew Oddball was awesome. I thought that question was great. Because Oddball is in Clone Wars, but you first see him on the Battle of Geonosis.
I tend to only retain very obscure bits of information rather than anything of any use.
Your questions are things that I don't even think about.
that's what
That's
gets
why
you.
it's Charlie's Impossible Quiz.
Charlie asks you questions about stuff that you don't even like. Why would I even know that? How did you even find that information? Like,
I thought the first question was going to stump you, and then I remembered she plays the video games. What am I doing? Like the second I said it out loud live, I was like,
George
oh
Lucas.
man.
This is one of Charlie's questions. What is George Lucas's nickname for his dog's big toe? Like,
Yeah,
how are we supposed to
it's
know
stuff
that?
it's stuff like that.
Like, how are we supposed to know that? Who knows that answer? Nobody
Little
in the world
Chewy.
knows that.
I don't know. Just names now.
I did some totaling and including all of the questions from our Big Fat Quiz of the Year. I have written over 200 quiz questions over the space of like our podcasts.
Damn, that's
I
a
have
lot.
asked you guys over 200 questions about Star Wars. Oh no, correction from Nick in the corner. Over 300 questions about Star Wars.
And I had
Wow.
about 400 of them that I was going to send you, but then I was like, no, that's not fair because if I send it to you, I already know the answers. So that
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
be fair
already
to
know
you.
the answers. Don't do that. That's
Cause-
cheating.
'Cause I got about 400 questions written because I get bored and just start thinking about shit. Or a lot of times when I'm at work and I'm listening to a book. Like
And then the question.
I probably wrote 100 questions just off of Dooku. I probably wrote a good 100 questions just off of Dooku.
Jeez.
And then Thrawn. Oh, I got some. Like, what's Thrawn Skywalker's name?
Oh crap! It's right there too.
I don't know.
I was just listening to this. What are you doing to me?
So you gotta listen to the Thrawn books to even know what a Skywalker is in Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
So Thrawn's books in the Thrawn series, the Skywalkers are the people that travel through light or that channel the they use the Force in order to find light speed roads or whatever it's called. My brain is going blank right now.
And they have heightened senses, so they can tell when something bad's about to happen. It's kind of like Anakin's third eye in Legends.
Me, an empath.
So it's like they use the Force on a totally different ability, but they just think that
Yeah.
it's about traveling through space. They don't know that they're actually using the Force, and they're all called Skywalkers. Every ship has a Skywalker on it, or at least most of the ships have a Skywalker on it. Sometimes they have to find other people that have Force abilities. They use like this.
No, Dylan. No.
Rey is a Skywalker. Shut up, all of you.
No.
Right?
Yes.
Dylan, quit putting fuel on the fire. We all know she's not a Skywalker. She's a Palpatine.
She is a Palpatine. She should own
She
it.
is a Skywalker.
That's one thing that I didn't ever get. Okay, we gotta discuss this right quick before we come
Okay,
on the show.
I want to hit this. I
Okay,
agree.
This is my thing. Palpatine is dope. Hell, Palpatine. But Palpatine is dope. If I was the grandchild of Palpatine and I saved the galaxy from my grandfather, I would be definitely using his last name. Like, man, I'm doper than my grandfather. I stole the name. I took the name. It's my name. It's not his name no more.
And you got to think about it. Luke went into exile after all that bad crap happened. Nobody knew of the Skywalker. All they knew was the Organa family because of Leia. She could have taken Organa and been more popular. She should have taken Palpatine because think about it. You think of Emperor Palpatine. He ruled. He's the one that executed Order 66. He got rid of the Jedi. He got rid of the evil that they say it is.
Shut up, all of you.
And ran.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. The biggest and most important theme of Star Wars is hope. What is the biggest symbol of hope in the Star Wars universe? The Skywalkers. No, shut up, all of you. Shut up.
Nick,
Shut
Rey, Skywalker, Palpatine, Solo. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Nick,
One
that's
of
awesome.
the biggest
That's
themes
awesome.
in Star Wars is hope, and the biggest symbol of hope in the Star Wars universe is the Skywalker. She had every right to take that name because she had no family of her own. Who would want to associate with Palpatine? Who would want to walk around and go, yeah, Palps is my granddad, the man who murdered hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. Stuff it. If she wants a Skywalker name, she can have the Skywalker name, and I will die on that hill.
Hey, Sydney, that's a very
The
good.
hell of a hill to die on.
That's a very good point. If you was the grandchild of Hitler, would you tell anybody you was the grandchild?
Yeah,
No,
exactly. That is
Thanks,
exactly.
Sydney.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thanks. You're not
Thank
helping
you.
our.
But I'm not gonna steal
Thank
somebody
you.
else's last name that I'm not even related to. I just make
Star
up my
Wars
own.
is about found family. It's about adoption and
stolen
finding your
family.
own family. It's not stolen.
She stole
was
that last
trained
name.
by Leia.
I bet that old lady knew Luke when he was a kid and was like, he had a kid?
You're testing me right now. Stop.
The Skywalkers. Who is the Skywalkers? I thought they was the Lars.
Right.
Why you at the Lars place if you're a Skywalker? Who's the Skywalkers?
Oh, jeez.
Are you related to that crazy kid that
Shut up, Mos
that
Eisley.
Can I go home?
That won the race? Are you related to him?
Are you the granddaughter of the great Anakin Skywalker? No. Sorry. Maybe someday.
It's about found family, for God's sake.
Hey, you got to give it to and Dylan is right on this one. So Dylan said this right here. Luke and Leia
Yeah.
was smiling down on her when she did say it. So you know what I'm saying.
Anakin was pissed. What are we talking about? You know he was cussing up a storm. You know I hate that sand. You know I hate Tatooine. What you doing? That's my first lightsaber. I took hands off with that thing.
I will admit that is the one bit that got me. Why did she have to bury Anakin's saber in sand? Bit rude. Bit rude.
Hey, they brought Palpatine back. Somehow Vader made it through somehow. After burning his ass, they brought him back.
What if they cloned Anakin? What if they cloned Anakin
Oh,
and there's like
kind
a
of
clone
like the Palpatine Luke thing. That would be wow. That's a what if. We gotta hold on.
Do y'all know that?
Yeah, we got to do that one next week.
There's a Luke Luuke Skywalker in Legends that Luke had to fight. Luke and Mara Jade had to fight. There was like a dark side Luke, and his name was
so the
actually
second
spelled
Ray
Luuke.
Calrissian. Thank you, Sydney.
Hey, that sounds better.
That does sound better. It fits.
Hey, that was that. There's just a lot of things. She
There's
could
a
have
lot of
picked so many
potential.
other names other than Skywalker.
Solo would have fit better. I'm
Ray
sorry,
Solo?
Solo would. She had more of a connection in my eyes with Han Solo. She was more like Han Solo than she was with Luke or Leia, hands down. Hell of a pilot, and
Well, I
I'm
don't
giving
know about
Ray
that.
credit here. Yeah, I hope you like this. She's a hell of a
from on
pilot.
scene. That's just on scene that we seen because you got to understand, Leia was her master.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Leia came out of Jedi retirement just to train Rey. So, you know, that's
But
right there.
I
That would.
I don't see Leia having a lot of connection with her though.
Why
Like,
did
other
she have
than
to have a last name anyway? Yoda didn't have a last name. His name was just Yoda. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, but Leia had a chance to rebuild with Rey what she lost with Ben, i.e., a relationship with it's like a parental child-like situation. Rey needs care. Rey's never
So you
had
screwed up
family,
one
Leia-
kid.
never
I don't
had a
think Leia
mother.
ruined-
So
I
Leia
don't-
steps up into that role
I
because
don't think
Leia lost her
ruined
son.
it. I don't think Leia ruined the relationship with Ben. I'm blaming Han Solo. I'm sorry.
No,
I love Han Solo.
Ben
It was all
ruined the
asshole.
relationship with his mother.
I think it was Luke. Luke ruined the relationship with the whole family. He went in there and tried to cut him up. Like if you wake up and your uncle standing over
Ray
you with a
Baca.
lightsaber. Ray Baca.
Stop! She's coming in heavy with these names now.
Ray Baca.
Ray Baca.
But you know, it was Luke's fault. Luke is the one that turned Ben to the dark side. We know that. The story tells us that.
That's true.
So, you know, I don't think it was Leia. And you know, throughout the movies that Leia was like, that Ben was hesitant. He didn't want to kill his mom. You know, even when they shot down and his mom flew out the thing and then Force flew back into the ship, that was just crazy as hell. Like, you can't survive in space even if you're a Jedi.
Rey was Sacradosk. Brilliant.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm also done, as we have been going for nearly half an hour on this topic. Can we say
It's a good
goodbye?
topic.
Can I say goodbye?
Me and Kyle could keep going. Garrison went to the Notre Dame game. We pissed Charlie off. Let's keep going.
No.
Leia needs a place in that maternal love.
Nah. Han ruined that relationship. He was not their dad. He wasn't around. He wasn't
But
trying.
you can't blame that. Women in the world right now, women raise kids all the time and they turn out fine. You can't blame that on Han. There's all kind of men that done ran out on their kids and their kids turn out good. And then once their kids get famous, they come back and they be like, oh, you know, I always loved you. I tried to reach out, but I could never find you.
I reached out when you became famous and were in the NFL. When you had billions of dollars.
You know, so you can't blame that on Han. It wasn't Han's fault. That was Luke's fault. If you wake up in the middle of the night with your uncle standing over you with a lightsaber, you know what I'm saying, about to chop you the hell up. Screw this family. I'm out.
I'm done. I'd rather be Kylo Ren than another. I remember you telling me about Grandpa Vader taking that damn hand off. I ain't gonna end up like you.
Like, you know, that's just that. Okay, I don't even have none.
We're done.
Han left for some blue milk and never came back.
He went and hid out in Kashyyyk.
Hey, if you listen to the holiday special, that's where he went.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was that. Oh, man,
Okay.
I'm hot. Oh,
I know, right?
I
I'm kind
My
of
stomach
sweating
is
over
hurting
here.
now.
I think this was a wonderful way to start 2022. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas and a equally as wonderful step into the new year. We
Not
will
me.
be
I
not
got
you.
coronavirus.
I got
I'm,
coronavirus as well. It is
I'm sick
okay.
as shit right now. That's why I'm cold one minute, I'm hot the next minute, my stomach is hurting. I want to throw up.
I
This
feel
is
like a jerk because I'm okay right now.
I
you're
also
gonna catch it too. Everybody's catching this shit at this point.
wanted to remind all of our listeners that you can catch us twice a week now. We are live on Wednesdays to discuss all things Book of Boba Fett, and you can also catch us on our regular Saturday shows. As I haven't done this bit yet, if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel or our Twitch channel or any of our social medias, please feel free to do so. It means the absolute world. Hit that like button, turn on that notification bell so you can join our live shows and all of that good stuff. Please and thank you.
That was good. I like that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was neat.
Thank you. This is what happens when you've watched YouTube from the age of about like 7. Hit that like and subscribe button is burned into my brain now.
Can we pull up Cindy's comment real fast? The last one.
Ben, I'll take your other damn hand.
You'll be just like your father. Try me. I got the high ground. I'm on the bed.
We come on. What is it? 7 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
6 Mountain
Yeah.
Time.
So 7 Central Standard Time.
And 1
Wednesday
o'clock in the
nights.
morning if you're in the UK.
I'm sorry. Watch it the next day.
No, that's a good way to go back and like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get woken up at 1 o'clock in the morning if you're in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to get everything started, sooner, so the notifications will go out faster. Because I know last Wednesday it was kind of hectic.
It was a little hectic, but that's okay.
Well, it was. I mean, we had talked about it, and we were all in on it. And then it was like, "Are we recording today? Are we doing a show today? I don't know. Are we? Yeah. Okay. Then everybody was trying to rush to get everything together to get it started because we were all like, "Did we decide yes? What were we doing?" Yeah, we're a bunch of idiots, so it's okay. It's all right.
Disney just dropped on their coming soon. The news. We got news today. On their coming soon section, it is Eternals, Ice Age, and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the guy with the leaf patch. It's one of the. I think honestly he's just a weasel. I think I don't know. I didn't really watch it, but Obi-Wan Kenobi's on the coming soon section on Disney, supposedly. I don't know how much I trust Twitter right now. I can't get on TikTok without seeing spoilers for Spider-Man, so I don't know how much I trust Twitter.
And
That's
that's
fair.
crazy, World Farm Boy, because I get like 10 notifications as soon as I put it on there. It pops up on every damn thing because I'm subscribed on like my other channel and stuff like that. So
Oh my god, Dylan, thank you so much. Love that. I am an icon. Thank you.
but there's yeah. So I don't know what's going on with it because like I get a whole bunch of damn notifications.
Yeah, my phone lights up like a Christmas tree.
As soon as I put and I'll be posting because it doesn't say anything until we schedule it. Then it'll start coming out with notifications. It's supposed to do it like once an hour or something. I don't know how YouTube works all the way, but it's supposed to notify everybody. So just double check to make sure that you got that bell ring. You clicked on the bell icon. And if you have to, send us your damn email. I'll email you when it's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll add you to a mailing list. It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
But it's 10 o'clock every Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time every Wednesday for American One. Or American, that's for Americans. And then for everybody in the UK, it's going to be one, whatever the time zones is. It's going to be 1. So, and everybody else around the world, get you a world time clock thing on your phone or something that will match the time up, and then you'll know what time it's coming out.
Or
That's
you
what-
can always come back and watch us.
And
like
we'll
the
tell
video.
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. You can always come back and watch us. I mean, we're on the YouTube.
I am guessing that it is time to say goodbye and farewell. And as always, tune in next week for more hijinks and mischief from the crew here at LightSaber Radio. Be safe, be kind, and may the Force be with you always. Happy 2022, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. They're linked in the show notes below. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pick Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Charlie Harwood, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Carl McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.